If you are a website designer or developer and you're curious on how to handle the billing for the hosting and the domain of your client's website, then keep on watching. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan. If you have not been here before, thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go over everything you need to know when it comes to how to handle the billing, hosting account if you're using WordPress or even Showit. Honestly, any of the web platforms you are going to be working on. When it comes to the billing part of working with your clients, it can be a little confusing. So I want to share with you guys how I do it and also my recommendations for how you can do it as well in your business. Usually on Sundays I post a vlog. I still am filming a vlog, but I really wanted to get this video up because I get questions on this all the time and I used to ask this myself too. So I really just hope this gives you some clarification and helps avoid all of that confusion so you can work with your clients confidently and know that you're doing it totally okay and totally correct. So I typically design my clients' websites on WordPress, which means I will need to get a hosting account and I'm also going to need to make sure that they have their domain purchased. So in my experience in my business, I personally don't like to host my clients' websites. There's a few reasons for that. But number one, I just don't really like to handle the technical side of the website. Also, sometimes I'm working with small businesses and sometimes they decide not to continue on with their business in a few years. And I don't want to be in charge of having to chase them down and make sure that they're paying me to host their website if they're not even in business anymore. I had multiple experiences that have just made me not really love hosting a website, but I will say if you want to host a website, that is a great way to make a passive income, and you can charge anywhere from like $10 a month to $50 a month for just hosting their website. So I will say it is a great passive income source, but in my business, I prefer to do the designing, the creative side. I like to move on to new projects where I get to do like logos and all of the other fun stuff in my business. And it's just a one-man team over here, which is me, and I don't really have enough time or energy really to handle hosting a bunch of different websites. So I do actually host a couple for my clients because I knew that they're going to be longer term clients and I know them, so I trusted them, but I personally just don't really like to do that anymore. So the process of how I handle getting my clients information and having that whole conversation with them is I just let them know that with WordPress we need to get a hosting account, which is where all of the back end of your website and all of the files are managed, and that is like the brains of your website. So it's really important. I let them know that I prefer to have them set up their account so they have complete flexibility and freedom and they own their website. I know that sometimes clients can be a little concerned that they don't own their website. This is completely your website. You can do a backup of your website. You can pull all the files and transfer it to a new hosting. Once it's yours, it's yours. So I like to let them know that, and I also like to let them know why a hosting account is necessary because sometimes they're kind of confused on that. So I like to tell them that if they could go set up their hosting account, I give them really short, simple directions, but this is where I still make my passive income. I send them my referral link to SiteGround, which is my preferred hosting account. And if they sign up using my referral link, I gain $50 every single time. A nice way to make a passive income without having to really do any of the maintaining and the updating and the making sure that the website is running smoothly. Once they sign up, they will then send me the credentials, and that is when I can go in and transfer the website to their account. So now you might be wondering, so you built the website on your account, now you have to transfer it. Yes. The way I like to do it is I don't like to just immediately design or develop the website on their account because I do risk the fact that they could potentially cancel the project before paying me that final payment. In my website design process, which I have a video on, which I'll link up here, I like to show them gradually as I'm developing, this is that page, this is that page, and I don't really require a final payment until everything is functional and developed. So designing on their own account, you could risk that they would just change their password and not pay you, and then they already have what you started. So what I like to do is I design and develop on my own hosting account. So I do have an unlimited plan where I can have multiple subdomains, I can have temporary domains. So I typically set up a website and a database under a temporary domain, develop it there using Divi. Divi is like the visual builder platform I like to use, which I also have a lot of videos on that, but I like to develop it using Divi. And then once they approve the design under that temporary domain, that is when I will use a plugin like WP Migration, or there's another one that I've used before too. Or you could even just use Divi and save the pages into a library and do it that way. You can export pages within Divi. So there's quite a few ways to just export it and import it onto your client's actual platform, their actual WordPress account, when it's finalized and when they're ready to pay you that final amount. So that's typically how I like to do it. I like to design, develop, and then transfer, just to protect my own business and make sure that they are keeping up with their ends of things. So that's how I like to do it. And once again, I get to make a nice passive income when they sign up using my SiteGround link. So like I said, there's multiple ways to go about that, but this is how I like to do it. And honestly, it's totally up to you with what you feel comfortable with. If you want to maintain their website and possibly deal with the technical sides of their website, totally up to you if you feel comfortable doing that. But I really wanted to clear the air, and I hope that this helps you with any confusion that you might have when it comes to the billing and the hosting. Okay, now let's talk about domains. Be questioning, should I also have my clients pay for their domains, or should I pay for the domain and then we transfer it? When it comes to domains, I always make sure my clients set up their own account. This actually will kind of open up your eyes to how you can manage a passive income by hosting, because if they are in control of their domains, they technically are in control of everything, because all they have to do is change the name servers and the DNS settings to point to a different hosting account. So if you are hosting their website, you can really ease their mind by saying, like, if you are not happy with the services I'm providing, or if you want to move to another hosting account, you could go change your settings under your own domain account. So I do like to make sure my clients are paying for their own domain for many reasons, including that one, and also just because I don't want to be in charge of making sure that gets paid every single year. I want to make sure that my clients have that connected and that they have that on like an auto pay with their own card. So I really recommend having your clients pay for their own domain and then having that vision with yourself, whether you want to host or have your clients host the account. It works either way. Like I said, you can make a passive income every month by doing that, but you just have to be ready to deal with those technical issues potentially, or have your clients contacting you more often than not. And then you also just want to make sure you take all that into account when you come up with your monthly hosting price for your own business. Those are a few different options. I do recommend making sure your clients have their own domain and then make that decision when it comes to the hosting. So if I do potentially grow my business, hire people, I will probably consider doing that. But at this time, I prefer to just have it under their own account, under their own name. Then it's just completely theirs to handle. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys out. I hope that helps you in the conversations you have with your clients, if they're confused and if you're confused on what to do. That's how I like to handle it. A lot of the platforms out there, like Wix, Shopify, Squarespace, Showit, they have a really nice way of just building your clients' websites on your own account and then just transferring it over really easily. So they do set that up for you pretty nicely if that is the direction you want to go in. Before we go, I did want to mention to you guys that my course, Logo Design Simplified, is going to be completely launched and all the lessons will be released on Tuesday, March 28th. So the enrollment will always be open, but right now, before Tuesday, my pre-order sale is going on. So if you do want to get in on the course, you can for 50% off right now, only until Tuesday. So time is ticking. That's going to come so fast, but I'm so excited about this course and I really hope you guys can get your hands on it. I go over everything you need to know about logos, graphic design terminology, Adobe Illustrator, lots of different things. So I will link that down below so you guys can check it out, but I really hope you get in on that. Thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next one.